Salam, Mr. Safi from Geo News from Pakistan. You are an expert about the tribal stories in North Waziristan with the Taliban, with the Pashtuns. So may you describe our spectators what's the real tribal problem between Pakistan and Afghanistan? Where is the problem?
Actually, there are some interesting aspects of the Pakistani and the Afghan border. First, since the creation of Pakistan, the Pakistan and the Afghanistan government, they are in agreement, and this agreement exists before the creation of Pakistan, that was carried out between the British and the Russian or the Tsar Rus. According to that agreement, the tribal people who are residing on the borders areas, they can travel to each other countries. The Pakistani tribal can travel to Afghanistan without visa and passport. And similarly, the Afghan tribals can come to Pakistan without visa and passport. And it's called the easement rights, which the tribal people enjoyed on both sides of the borders. So this is an interesting feature, and I think this is the only example in the whole world that at the same time, the people of both the countries enjoying equal citizen rights and two countries. The second thing, this is a very porous border, as you are aware of that border, and neither the Pakistani government nor the Afghan government or the NATO forces, they are able to control it strictly, just like the border between Pakistan and India or Pakistan and Iran. The third thing, these tribal areas, there remains a launching pad or a base camp for the resistance in Afghanistan since the 1979, when the American and the Pakistani establishment decided to resist the Soviet Union in Afghanistan. So from that time, they made these tribal areas as the base camps for the resistance in Afghanistan. So the third thing is this history which the tribal areas have. So after 9/11, some of the Taliban leader and the Al-Qaeda people, they migrated to the Pakistani tribal areas. And thirdly, these areas are not under the control of the Pakistani administration, just like the city areas of Lahore, Karachi, and the other Pakistani cities. And there was a system of governance that's called FCR, Frontier Crimes Regulation. So until 1990, the people of that area, they even didn't enjoy the rights of voting of other franchises. So nowadays, once again, as you know, nowadays in Afghanistan, there is proxy wars between the America and the Iran, between the Pakistan and India, and between the other regional and global players. And as close areas to Afghanistan, the Pakistani tribal areas, they are also suffering this kind of situation. So nowadays, even the Al-Qaeda and the Taliban are active there. They have some local support also. And similarly, the intelligence organization of most of the countries, they are also there.
What about all those Afghanistan experts who say not Afghanistan is a problem, Pakistan is a problem because the intelligence service supports the Taliban in North Waziristan? Is that true? So what do you say about this?
Although there are serious differences between the Pakistani and the American establishment regarding the current situation of Afghanistan and also of the future planning. For example, the American trying to remain there even after 2014 in shape of their bases. So not only Pakistan, as you know that in this Bonn conference, the Iranian foreign minister, he very vocally opposed the presence of the establishment of these bases in Afghanistan. Similarly, the Chinese foreign minister, he in his speech also insisted that the international community should keep in mind the concerns of the regional players. Similarly, the Russian foreign minister, he was also talking about the Shanghai Cooperation Organization. So at the same time, the Pakistani establishment also doesn't uh, uh, share the security parameters of the American which they have in their mind about the future of Afghanistan, because the Pakistan is very scary about the role of the Indian in their future. Similarly, the American are trying to give some role to the Indian in Turkey in the future Afghan settlement. So Iran didn't like Turkey and the Pakistani didn't like Indian. So this is one aspect. The other thing, there are so many serious differences also on tactical levels, because the Pakistan insists that there should be a political solution and the American should give space to Taliban and the other Pashtun elements. But the American wants that they should make, even that if they are going to make any political settlement, the American want that it should be on the American terms. So there are some differences. Nowadays the Pakistani establishment, even they claims that the American and the Afghan intelligence, they are supporting the Taliban who are fighting with the Pakistani forces in Swat, in Bajor and other areas. And the Pakistani security establishment and the rulers, they are blaming and that there are the bases and the sanctuaries of the Pakistani Taliban there in the Kunar and Nuristan. And similarly, the Afghan government and the American, they are claiming that there are sanctuaries of the Pakistani Taliban in the south and north Waziristan.
Last question. So your government is not here on this Bonn conference. So in that case, is there a possibility for a solution for Afghanistan without Pakistan?
I think without Pakistan, that will be very difficult. But I think at the same time, Pakistan cannot remain out of such like processes, because after Afghanistan, the Pakistan is also the major sufferer in the world after Afghanistan. So without Pakistan, the solution of Afghanistan is also difficult. But at the same time, the Pakistani government have very serious grievances about the American role. For example, the Pakistani government is very under popular pressure there in their country, because the people are claiming that, look, we sacrificed Taliban for the American. We are giving them the supply routes. Pakistan have become another Afghanistan due to the support of Pervez Musharraf to the NATO forces and to the American, and which the current government is continuing. But on the other hand, they said that the American are attacking without the permission of the Pakistani government. They are attacking the Pakistani areas there in the tribal areas, and now they are trying to make the future of Afghanistan without consultation with Pakistan. Even they are trying to bring India to Afghanistan. And similarly, this last event of Mohammed Agency, in which the American helicopter, they attacked the two Pakistani forces, which resulted in the killing of 24 Pakistani soldiers. So nowadays the Pakistani government is under very tremendous pressure from its people that it should cut off its cooperation with the United States.
Okay. Very last question. Please answer with yes or no. Is it good to have Talibans on this conference here?
Yeah.
Thank you.
Without Taliban, the Afghan, even not only the Taliban, the solution is in the hand of all Afghans, because in the first Bonn conference, the Pakistan, the United States, the China, the Russia, and the Germany, they all were on one page. But there was only one mistake committed at that time, that the Taliban were not present there. So now after 10 years, we all are thinking that we cannot, all the world community, they were unable to bring stability to Afghanistan. So now Taliban are the opposition of the current Afghan government and the NATO forces. So if there is one party is missing, how can we bring a durable solution to a problem?
Thank you very much for this interview.
You're
Shukran.
welcome.
Thank you.